listen, I want this to be in the video, but I'm fighting the urge to tell my editor to just like remove and what I just said about, because I don't even want people using it because I think it's that dope. All right, what's good, YouTube? So I saw a video of Rio doing a plugin tier list, and I gotta be honest, the audacity to put Omnisphere at B tier, it made me sick. So with that being said, I felt like I should make a tier list. Why not? I mean, I guarantee you one thing's for sure, no one's got more VSTs installed than me. Hey, if you want to question it, you try and name all these synths, you know what I mean? I can name you every single one of these here. I have them all installed on my computer. I've used every single one of them in Beats. I'm gonna tell you which ones are the best and which ones you shouldn't even bother installing, and everything in between. Instagram and Twitter at FinnaFinesse, make sure to go follow that. And yeah, let's just get straight into the video. Okay, so the first thing is Nexus 3. I feel like people always underestimate how good Nexus is because like it's almost like too common and it's too easy to just like pick one preset and then take a MIDI and throw it on there and call it a beat. But it works every time because the sounds in here are really good. They're all layered, they're all mixed really well. It's easy to browse through presets and it's just got amazing banks as well. That being said, Nexus is still S. Omnisphere, the whole thing that made me want to make this list, S tier. It's amazing. Omnisphere, like for this, I'm including Trillion, Keyscape, all that, you know, all in one. They're all S. Every single one of them is S, you know. Trillion, probably the best for bass presets. Keyscape Creative is amazing. Keyscape sounds are awesome. They all sound really good. Omnisphere is just like so useful. It's so easy to browse presets, edit presets. Out of everything on this list too, it's the best at pads. Nothing has better pads than Omnisphere. It's S. It's the best thing on this list. Tal Uno. Take it from Team R2R CEO. If you want a virus on your computer, pirate Tal Uno. At least that's what I've heard. Apart from that, it's don't even it's C. Okay, Silent 1. I have every single expansion bank for Silent. I know it's amazing for other genres like EDM and stuff like that. And even though rap is kind of fusing with EDM right now with Yeet and all those artists and stuff, I still just don't see the reason to why you would want this over Serum. It's kind of hard to use. Like loading expansion banks is AIDS, but it's also really good still. I'm gonna make it B. Okay, that Rob Papin Blue 2. Ooh, Blue 2, Blue 2, Blue 2. For now, I'll put it in C. There's too many good things on here. I'll put Tal Uno any day. Surge. I don't like Surge. I think it's cool and all, but like it's nothing crazy on there. I'd put it right here at C above these other two. M1. M1 could be like an A easily, but the problem with M1 is the interface is so annoying to use because like there's this thing, if you don't double click the presets, it will reset when you exit out of M1, which is so annoying. I can't even explain it. It's still really good though. I think it's cool. I'll make it B. You know what? I'll put it over Silent. Mtron Pro. Everyone's using Analog Lab, but there are specific emulators for these synths that Analog Lab is using. This one's for the Mellotron, and it's my favorite one by far for it. It's just really good, and it's just got basic presets, you know. I'm gonna put it in B right here. Expand 2. People use Expand a lot, love Expand. I don't love it, but I know it's good. I'm gonna make it A. I think it's solid. Okay, so the next thing on this list is Zebra 2. Zebra 2, I find, is very underrated. It's got amazing sounding leads. It's got really cool organ presets as well. It's one of those like Pierre Bourne type of VSTs. It's really good. I think it's B tier for sure. Put over these two VSTs. I'd put it honestly above all three of these. Hive. I don't like Hive. I find editing sounds in it is just so difficult. And I don't know, even though it does have really good sounds and it's got its own style to it, this old synthetic style, I'd put it at B. UVI Falcon. I haven't had much experience using it because like the UVI workstation, even though I own it, is huge. This is probably the only thing on this list I don't have enough credibility to rank. From what I've seen out of it, it seems pretty good. I'm gonna just put it in B tier for now. Avenger is pretty cool. I think I'd put it in A tier, but like that's totally dependent on where I'd rank other plugins. It's just a really cool, it's better for like pop stuff. It's not, I mean, who knows, like maybe you can make rap beats out of it. I'm not saying you can't, but it's not a VST I use too much, but it's got cool sounds in there, you know, and they're well mixed. So yeah, A tier. Ample guitar. Ample guitar is so annoying to use. Like there's so many cool settings in there, but it's just so overcomplicated how you use them. That being said, it has a great sound and it's just so much easier to use than opening up Contact to open up guitar preset. It's a B tier as well. Okay, Anna 2. Anna 2 is also another one of those like good but not great and certainly not bad VSTs. You know, you find cool sounds, you look for unique stuff, you want to do something different, you use Anna 2. It's B tier. FM8. FM8, another one of those Pierre Bourne synths that you just use for like cool creative sounds from Native Instruments, but I think it's really good. I love the way it sounds. I'm gonna put it in A tier. Okay, Repro 5. Repro 5 is better than all the B tiers here, so I'm just gonna put it in A tier, but it's the least between these ones. It can be a little bit repetitive with the sounds, like it's just generic synth keyboard sounds, but it's good. Like it's still really good. Okay, so the next thing is Hydra 2. It's nothing crazy, it's nothing to write home about. about. It does have really cool presets in there, but for one, there's not a lot of them, and two, some of them are just like out of tune completely or just out of scale. It's like a C tier. It's one of the lower C tiers. Hypersonic 2. This is the first. Don't even bother. Why would you need it? Why would I get Hypersonic if I have Purity or I have Wave Station or I have Zenology? You know what I mean? Like, there's no point. Nemesis. I think Nemesis is a B. I think it sits. I'll put Nemesis there. That's where Nemesis belongs for sure. Again, it's just another one of those VSTs that, like, why would I need it if I could just have the better brother of it? You know what I mean? That being Electrax. But we'll get to that. So the next thing is Tyrell N6. Tyrell is pretty cool. It's got some really dope sounds. It's one of the best creative synths for like those Pierreborn kind of beats. Where would I put it in B? I'll put that here for now. Zenology. This is, I've been waiting to get to this just so I could say this about Zenology. I don't get it. Why do people like Zenology? Why not just use one shots? Like, you might as well just be using one shots if you can use Zenology. It's got a great library. Like, so what? The sounds are all dry. Like, you're not gonna find something in there that, you know, you've never heard before. It just sounds unique. I don't know. People are obsessed with it, and there are people out there who will literally put this in A and S tier, and this is probably gonna be my hottest take. I'd say it's generous to put this in B tier. I don't think it's that good, really. And you know what? C tier. I don't give a damn. Poly 6, aka Monopoly. I'm gonna rank them the same because they're basically the same thing. It's pretty good. It's a B tier. Gladiator. Gladiator's for like rap and stuff like that. It's a C. It's got really good bass presets for pop, like really good bass presets. But I ain't making pop yet, so I ain't really putting it that high. Sample Tank. The Sample Tank could be great if it worked. It's so hard to get the libraries to work in Sample Tank, and even then, once you get them working, it's like, why did I spend all this time doing this? These are just like basic sounds. Cork Triton, easy A tier for me. It's like the same family as Zenology and Sample Tank, you know, it's just got basic sounds. That being said, it's the best version of those. Massive, like if we're talking like EDM, this thing's an S, but I don't know, it's just not like, in my game, it's just understand it's preset browsing. That's a big thing. It's all about going through presets and modifying them a little bit, but that's about it. Massive is just like, why would I need it? You know what I mean? That being said, I'm really like, I'm not gonna put it, it's not C tier. This is where Massive belongs. I'm also gonna move Mtron Pro right here. Yeah, that works. Morphine's like a good C tier. It's got some pretty cool sounds. It doesn't have it's not a lot to write home about, but like it does have cool sounds. Like FL stock plugins are very underrated. Reactor 6 hurts, man, because it could be really good. Reactor could be like an S tier or an A tier, but the interface is so hard to use that I'm putting in don't even bother. It's just frustrating to use it, man. I hate how there's a different synth for every single like preset library and stuff. Browsing through the actual presets is super annoying because they're not very well organized. Philharmonic is like C tier. I used to think this thing was amazing because I saw that deconstructed video for that Eminem song, and I also saw like Qbeats had it open. I was like, oh my god, it's the greatest thing ever by default, but it's not that good. SRX, speaking of which, orchestra, here's like the better version of Philharmonic right here. It's the SRX orchestras. These are A tier, honestly. Like, I'm gonna put these in A tier. I just think they're dope. I love how they come with all these different, I love how they're categorized based off of genres like orchestra and dance and keys and world. Like, I love that kind of stuff. Sequel, aka the secret Pierreborn sauce. Rumor has it, once you use one preset here, all your beats are gonna sound like they're made by Pierreborn. That's how it works. No, it's not. This is C tier. Synth 1. Y'all slept on Synth 1. Every single one I tried to tell you guys in that video that most underrated plugins you've never heard before video, whatever it's called, link in the description. It's so good. I'm almost putting this in S tier. It's how good I think it is. You need the expansion banks though. Hey, link in the description if you want those. It's definitely A tier. Here, yeah, that's where I would put it. Wave Station. People love Wave Station. Why? Wave Station is like, it's C. Nothing crazy. It's not bad though. Like, it's definitely not bad. Oh, here's another VST that frustrates me because it's so difficult to use, but the sounds are so good. Dune 3, especially if you get the expansion banks, there are some super cool sounds in Dune. But the problem with it is that it's so difficult to edit presets that it's just insanely frustrating because they all have insane layers and they're all overdone, detuned, all have an insane amount of reverb, these weird layers going on and these filters placed like a fucking spaceship, but you can't remove them. For that reason, it's a frustrating thing to put into B tier because it could easily be an A. Purity, S. It's timeless. It's so good. It's just like, how can you not think Purity is an S? People are making hits to this day out of Purity. I'm gonna put it over Nexus, honestly. I just think it's goated. Contact. Contact is S. I think Contact is overrated. Like, you have to, like, oh, sick, 500 gigabytes for like 2 presets. You know what I mean? Like, it's, why? Why would you do that? Serum, S. The producer community is very disconnected between the amount of good banks there are for Serum, because they just see like the Dinoxes and the Weimars and the synthetic banks being used by like internet money guys, for example, or something like that. But there's so many good libraries for Serum that people just don't know about that make it amazing. I'm gonna put it over here, over Nexus 3. Yeah, it's over Nexus 3. It's honestly over Purity. Like, it's good, man. It's really good. Ooh, now we got a sleeper. A tier. Such high quality sounds in Diva. It's so good for old school synthetic 80s kind of vibe stuff. It's nothing crazy, but for what it is, it's really good. I'm tweaking having this high up. Absolutely tweaking. FL Keys. FL Keys is underrated, man. It really is. People are gonna laugh when I say that, but it's such a good, cheap piano, and it's used in so many hit songs. I know that's mainly attributed to the fact that it's a stock FL keyboard, but it just sounds like shit in a good way. I'm gonna put it right there. Like, it's solid. Arcade is A. Arcade is actually pretty good, I gotta be honest. It's a high A for sure. I would honestly put Arcade, like, I'd put Arcade here. GMS, very underrated. There's a whole wave that I'm gonna talk about in the tutorial for GMS later. When that does happen, we'll talk about it, but it's the highest on C tier, I would say. Actually, I'm tweaking. I'm gonna put Wave Station over there. Absinthe has cool sounds, but it's also annoying to use. And that basically sums it up. Really cool presets, a little difficult to edit, but it's solid. Like, there's not really bad things about it. It's simple, but it's dope. I'm gonna put it here. Easy. We're not even gonna like say its name. Electrax, fuck it. Electrax is the second best plugin in here without question. Well, no, with question, because you could say Serum, you could say Nexus, and you could technically, no, you couldn't say Purity. You'd be smoking cock if you said Purity. S tier. Analog Lab. Analog Lab is weird because like Analog Lab is something people use like it's the best thing ever, but it's not the best version of any of the synths that it emulates. It's S tier. It's definitely better than Contact. I have to put it in S tier. Citrus is cool. It's nothing special, but it's got some cool sounds in there. FabFilter Twin 2. I love FabFilter Twin 2. It's so slept on. Everyone for Yeet Beats uses Serum, but like I don't see people using FabFilter Twin 2 nearly enough. I shouldn't have said that. Whatever. Serato Sample. Serato Sample is S. Serato Sample is so good. It's not even a VST, but I had to put it in here just so I could praise it. Because shopping samples in FL sucks, and Serato just saves it. I always do this with samples. You take a drum loop, you throw it in there, and you just do the typical on-beat chopping, like the one I talked about in the Boom Bap tutorial, and you make cool drum patterns that way. Prisma, Rob Papin. Prisma is honestly my favorite synth out of the Rob Papin ones. It has some pretty cool presets in there, so I think it's deserving of that spot right there. Lounge Lizard. It's got some good roads, man. I'd put it B tier. Labs. People love Labs. One thing I hate about Labs is it's just so many of the sounds when you're playing them are just not on time, and I don't know why. Sometimes things are just not on time. That being said, it's free. It's not that good. It's not bad. I'm tweaking. Why the hell is this getting so high? Yeah, we'll put it there for now. I'm gonna reorganize this whole list after. Synplant, the random generating synth, conceptually really cool. In reality, it's like when you're making beats, you associate certain synths with certain types of sounds, styles, preset banks. So when you have a randomized synth like this, it just doesn't work all that well. You know, it's the thing you use when you're out of ideas and you're just like, oh, give me something. You know what I mean? So it's like C tier. It's flex, meh. Go to Rob Papin. I'm just gonna put these all in the same area. I don't remember which one's Vecto and which one's Quad. They're all just the same type of synth, really. Weird, but cool sounds, but sounds that are almost so weird and cool and unique that they're unusable sometimes, but it's definitely worth installing those. That right there in order is my definitive ranking of the best VSTs from best to worst. Let me know what you guys thought of this list or this video in general. Let me know if you guys want me to do the plugin version of this. Link in the description also for this template that I made if you want to make your own tier list. Send your tier list to me. Tell me which ones you thought were right, which ones you thought were wrong. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.